Princess Leonor, the first military woman of the Spanish monarchy. A new era of courage, duty, and destiny. The morning air was crisp as rows of uniformed cadets stood tall beneath the Spanish flag. Among them was a young woman whose destiny had been written long before she was born, but whose courage was being forged in that very moment. She was not just another cadet learning discipline and strategy. She was the future Queen of Spain. And with every step she took in uniform, Princess Leonor was quietly rewriting centuries of royal tradition. For generations, Spain's monarchy has been defined by kings who led armies, commanded fleets, and embodied the military spirit of the nation. Yet history had never witnessed a female heir stepping into that same role until now. As the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, Leonor carries not only the responsibility of the crown but also the expectations of a modern Spain. Her decision to undergo full military training is more than ceremonial. It represents a powerful transformation in the history of the Spanish crown, proving that leadership, duty, and courage know no gender. A crown born into history. To understand the significance of Princess Leonor's military journey, one must first understand the weight of the legacy she inherits. The Spanish monarchy traces its roots back centuries, through a long line of kings who ruled, fought wars, and shaped the nation's destiny. Traditionally, male heirs received military training as preparation for leadership. This practice symbolized the monarch's role as the supreme commander of Spain's armed forces. When Princess Leonor was born in 2005 in the capital city of Madrid, she instantly became the heir presumptive to the throne. But her path was different from those who came before her. Unlike previous generations where sons inherited the crown, Leonor's position highlighted Spain's evolving social values. She represented a modern monarchy, one that embraces equality, transparency, and a closer connection to the people. Yet the question remained: would she follow the same rigorous path of military service that prepared past kings for leadership? In 2023, the answer arrived and it surprised many. Princess Leonor would indeed undergo full military training, breaking a tradition that lasted centuries. Spain's kings have long been associated with military service. For example, Leonor's father, King Felipe VI, trained in the three branches of the armed forces: the Army, Navy, and Air Force. His father before him, King Juan Carlos I, followed the same path. But there had never been a female heir who pursued the same rigorous preparation. By enrolling in the prestigious General Military Academy of Zaragoza, Princess Leonor became the first woman in Spanish royal history to undertake formal military training as a future monarch. It was a historic moment, not simply because she wore the uniform, but because she did so with the understanding that she would one day command the armed forces of Spain. For Leonor, this journey was not about symbolism alone. It required the same demanding discipline as every other cadet: early mornings, physical endurance, tactical training, academic studies. In other words, she was not treated as a princess. She was treated as a soldier. Life as a cadet, the transition from palace life to military discipline, was not easy. At the academy in Zaragoza, Princess Leonor began living under strict rules that apply to every cadet. Days begin before sunrise. Training includes physical conditioning, strategic military theory, weapons training, leadership exercises, field survival training. The experience is designed to test both body and mind. For Leonor, it was also an opportunity to understand the responsibilities she will inherit as Commander-in-Chief of the Spanish Armed Forces. Unlike the ceremonial image often associated with royalty, military training exposes cadets to teamwork, hardship, and resilience. Observers noted that Leonor approached the challenge with determination and humility. She stood shoulder to shoulder with her fellow cadets, sharing the same routines and expectations. In that environment, titles mattered less than character. The influence of King Felipe VI. Behind Leonor's decision to pursue military training lies the influence of her father. King Felipe VI understands the importance of preparation for the role of monarch. His own education included years of military service, which helped shape his leadership style and public image. For the king, ensuring that Leonor receives the same training sends a powerful message. It reinforces the idea that the monarchy remains deeply connected to the institutions of the Spanish state. It also demonstrates that the future queen will be fully prepared to fulfill her constitutional duties. Throughout Leonor's training, the king has publicly expressed pride in his daughter's dedication. Many Spaniards view this father-daughter relationship as a symbol of continuity between tradition and modernization. Queen Letizia's modern vision. While the military path reflects tradition, Leonor's upbringing also carries the influence of her mother. Queen Letizia is widely recognized as a modernizing force within the Spanish monarchy. Before becoming queen, she was a respected journalist known for her professionalism and independence. Her presence has helped shape Leonor into a young woman who balances royal responsibility with contemporary values. Observers often note that Leonor combines the discipline of her father with the empathy and communication skills associated with her mother. This balance may prove essential when she eventually ascends the throne. A symbol for a new generation. Princess Leonor's military training resonates far beyond the palace walls. For many young women in Spain and across the world, her journey represents a powerful symbol of opportunity. Historically, leadership roles, especially in the military, were dominated by men. But societies are evolving, and Leonor's example reflects that transformation. Her presence in uniform sends a clear message. Women can lead, women can command, women can carry the responsibility of national defense. This symbolism is particularly meaningful for younger generations who see equality as an essential part of modern democracy. The next stages of training. Leonor's military journey is structured across multiple branches of Spain's armed forces. After her time at the General Military Academy of Zaragoza, she is expected to continue training with the Spanish Navy and Air Force. This multi-branch education mirrors the preparation once undertaken by her father. Future stages include time at the Spanish Naval Academy and training with the Spanish Air and Space Force. Each phase will introduce new challenges: maritime navigation and naval operations, aeronautical studies and flight training, advanced leadership strategy. By the end of this process, Leonor will have experienced the full spectrum of Spain's military institutions. Public reaction across Spain. The Spanish public has largely embraced Leonor's decision to pursue military training. Images of the young princess in uniform quickly circulated across social media and international news outlets. For many citizens, seeing the future queen undergoing the same discipline as ordinary cadets strengthened the monarchy's credibility. It demonstrated commitment rather than privilege. Even critics of monarchy acknowledged that the decision represented a meaningful effort to modernize the institution. The global spotlight. Princess Leonor's journey has also attracted international attention. Across Europe, several royal families have female heirs, but Leonor's military path stands out as particularly significant. Many commentators compare her to future queens in other monarchies, noting that her training may set a precedent for how female heirs prepare for leadership roles. As the future queen of one of Europe's oldest monarchies, Leonor's choices carry symbolic weight far beyond Spain. Balancing youth and responsibility. Despite the historic significance of her training, it is important to remember that Princess Leonor is still a young woman navigating an extraordinary life path. Her days are filled with studies, training, and public expectations that most people her age could hardly imagine. Yet those who have observed her closely often describe her as composed, thoughtful, and remarkably mature. These qualities may prove invaluable as she prepares to one day inherit the crown. The road to the throne. When the day eventually comes for Princess Leonor to become queen, she will not only represent Spain's monarchy but also embody a new chapter in its history. Her reign will likely reflect the lessons she learned during these formative years. Lessons about discipline, service, leadership, and the profound responsibility of representing a nation. A future queen in uniform. The image of Princess Leonor standing proudly in military uniform has already become one of the defining symbols of Spain's modern monarchy. It represents courage, it represents equality, and perhaps most importantly, it represents preparation. In an era when many institutions struggle to adapt to changing times, Leonor's path shows that tradition and progress can coexist. A legacy in the making. History often remembers moments that quietly reshape the future. Princess Leonor's decision to undergo military training may one day be seen as one of those moments. Not simply because she was the first woman in the Spanish royal line to do so, but because she demonstrated that leadership is built through dedication and service. The young cadet standing among her peers today will one day wear the crown of Spain. And when that moment arrives, she will not only be a queen by birthright, She will be a leader prepared by experience. As Spain looks toward the future, one truth is becoming clear. The story of Princess Leonor is not just about royalty. It is about courage. It is about breaking barriers. And above all, it is about a young woman determined to honor her country, her family, and her destiny. The first military woman of the Spanish monarchy is not just making history. She is shaping the future.